Hello everyone, and welcome to the ohmindfulness.com online meditation. Thank you for being here. We're here to practice together, to meditate together, and to support each other. Sometimes it's hard to keep going with a regular practice, so this is one way to encourage ourselves to sit and meditate and know that perhaps we're not alone in doing so. And today I will guide us in 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath and just remind us that it's good to be gentle and kind and self-compassionate as we practice. This helps us to be more in the present moment and more aware of the now and ourselves. And then afterwards I'm going to share a few words about feeling that sometimes we feel we're not meditating, but really we are. So just be kind as you go through. Even if you have a busy mind, just come back to the breath as often as you can and be nice to yourself about it. So closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Adjusting our posture into a shape that is as comfortable as possible. Alert. And intentional. We take our attention to the places in our body where we can feel ourselves sitting. Feeling the lower part of the body supported from underneath. Feeling the places of warmth, the places of contact, maybe there are some places where we're particularly aware of our clothes touching the skin, or compressing at the knees or the waistband. And by sensing the body sitting, we bring ourselves into the moment, because we're feeling those physical sensations right now. That's what's happening in this moment. Even if the mind has other ideas and speaks to us of the past or the future, or off into the imagination, by feeling the body, we have an anchor in the present moment. And once we can feel ourselves here, more or less, we draw our attention towards the breath. Allowing the body to breathe naturally. We observe the physical sensations here, whether it's in the tummy moving, the rib cage expanding, the air passing in the nostrils, or any other myriad of physical sensations that may be associated with breathing. Being the kindly witness and being interested, being curious. How does this breath feel? And this one. And can we be there? Witnessing and holding the present moment with each breath. Noticing the flow and the pauses. Noticing the cooler inhale, the warmer exhale. However subtle the physical sensations, we can still connect with them. And pick out even more detail. And when the mind wanders off or passes a comment, a judgment, we notice that's what the mind is doing. And we come back to the physical sensations of breathing. Observing the thoughts. And when we do become caught up in them, as soon as we notice we've drifted off, we come back to the now, to the physical sensations of breathing. Each breath is similar. But it's the only time we'll breathe that particular breath with those particular physical sensations. And each time we bring back the wandering mind, we are practicing being in the present moment, setting aside judgments as to whether we're doing it right or meditating well. We're simply here with each moment as it unfolds. And reorienting our attention to the breath, to the physical body, to this experience of now. And if there's a backdrop of thoughts, that's our experience. If there's discomfort, that's our experience. If there are quiet moments of tranquility, that's our experience too. Observing what's there rather than striving towards what we think should be. And there's always the breath to connect with, to feel. To allow. And being with a few more breaths, just the way they are. And when we're ready, opening our eyes and having a little stretch or a yawn, if you feel like it. So well done for sitting and focusing. And maybe there are times you meditate and feel that, oh, I'm not really meditating, my mind is so busy. And yet just being aware that you're sitting with a busy mind is mindful awareness. And it's quite possible that after sitting for a while, even if you think you haven't really been meditating, that you've been too distracted, then when you open your eyes, just notice, do you feel a little different? And were there a couple of moments where you brought your mind back? Because all those moments count. And as we develop the capacity to come back and to notice we've drifted off and to be kind about the process, then we're developing this capacity for present moment awareness. So it's very easy to give ourselves a bad time and say, oh, I'm not really doing it right. But to sit and to practice and have the intention of bringing our attention back, that's all really valuable. And it builds up, and the practice is there to sustain you when things become difficult. And then you might think, oh, I'm really pleased that I had that habit of sitting, even if I wasn't really in a state of calm and bliss, which is what people tend to get a bit attached to, which isn't necessarily mindfulness. Then you're really glad that you practiced. So, for example, this week, 2 weeks actually, both my websites and all my email are down. And I can't say that I'm a particularly happy bunny, but thanks to regular meditation practice, I'm handling it. And even though I sit and now my mind is full of what I would like to do to my web hosts, I'm still meditating. I'm still bringing myself back and still keeping some kind of perspective that although it's having a major impact on my business and my personal life, there are other aspects to my day which are not web driven, I suppose. So all the practice counts. Even when you think you're not really meditating, you probably are. So just as long as you're sitting on your cushion, you're going in the right direction. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Keep up the practice.